Welcome back. It is 7 past the hour. It's always 7 past the hour. It's always 7 past the hour. And the answer to everything is the number 42. Just remember that. If there is anybody in the United States who understands the lethality of things that shoot, guns and rifles and automatics and semi-automatics and assault weapons and blah, blah, blah. If there's anyone who understands the full lethality of stuff like that, it would be retired General Stanley McChrystal, right? Former head of the Special Operations Group, targeted assassinations guy, the go in, slit throats, go out guy. The guy who resigned after a Rolling Stone article a couple years ago that showed him to be more than a tad disrespectful of the chain of command, especially, you know, the dark-skinned guy in the White House, right? However, Stanley McChrystal, I think it was, Thursday? I think it was Tuesday morning. He was on Morning Joe on MSNBC, and he came out strongly in favor of gun control restrictions. Here's a quote. He said, quote, "I spent a career carrying typically either an M16 and later an M4 carbine, and an M4 carbine fires a .223 caliber round, which is 5.56 millimeters, at about 3,000 feet per second. When it hits a human body, the effects are devastating. It's designed to do that. That's what our soldiers ought to carry." He went on to say, "I personally don't think there's any need for that kind of weaponry on the streets, and particularly around the schools in America. I believe that we've got to take a serious look. I understand everybody's desire to have whatever they want, but we have to protect our children and our police, and we have to protect our population, and I think we have to take a very mature look at that." End quote. And further in the interview with Scarborough, he said, quote, "I think serious action is necessary. Sometimes we talk about very limited actions on the edges, but I just don't think that's enough." End quote. When he was asked what his message... Come on, Mike. When he was asked what his message was to the NRA and the House Judiciary Committee, where the hearings are going to occur, he said, quote, "I think we have to look at the situation in America. The number of people killed by firearms is extraordinary compared to other nations. I don't think we're a bloodthirsty culture. And we need to look at everything we can do to safeguard our people." End quote. So, Stanley McChrystal. Now, the fact that McChrystal is making the statement is important because he personifies for a lot of armchair warriors in this country, a lot of beer-gutted, large-assed, run-around in camo on the weekend gun owners. You know, "Hey, we're going to get out here in the woods, you know, because the commies, goddamn Obama, blah, blah, blah." And they take their guns, they go out. You know who I'm talking about. They have bad breath. A lot of them smoke cigarettes. They have beer guts. They are in terrible shape, but they have all kinds of firepower. You know the type. And they think that the gun gives them machismo. Do you know what machismo is? Well, the dictionary defines it as a strong or exaggerated sense of manliness, an assumptive attitude, that courage, strength, and entitlement to dominate are attributes of masculinity. A strong or exaggerated sense of power or the right to dominate. So, machismo would, if any other word would define General Stanley McChrystal, it would certainly be that. In the minds of these troll-like gun owners who Every time there's a massacre in this country, they run out and buy more weapons, right? You know who I'm talking about. You know the type, and you probably know some of them. I've seen it before. They stand at the gun counter. I've seen video. I don't go into Walmart, but they stand at the gun counter at Walmart. Got this real serious look on their face. You got something that'll, it's got real stopping power, I'm going to go deer hunting. I need something that'll whip off about 14 rounds a second. Oh, goddamn deer will attack you, Besides, they're probably atheist deer, communist deer, queer deer. I need something that'll really just rip them apart. What you got? And then some pimply-faced clerk brings over something that looks like it belongs in a Mel Gibson post-apocalyptic movie and hands it to this freak. Oh, I'm saying, that's got pretty good heft to it. Yeah, let me look over here. He holds it up, right? They hold it up and look through the scope or the sight, right? It's got the trigger lock on it, so, a little piece of cable, so he can't pull the trigger. I've seen them. Half-witted morons. I've always had a temptation to go to Walmart and stand around at the gun counter and wait till somebody's doing that and then come up behind them and go, boo! And watch the stains spread at the bottom of their pants. Damn fools. So Stanley McChrystal coming out in opposition to all the weaponry that's rampant.